Hi, I'm Amy, and this is your sewing room solution. When is your single needle not a needle? When it's a twin needle. And what's a twin needle? It's two needles on one single shaft. Why do you need a twin needle? There's hundreds of uses for a twin needle. Probably the most popular is when you're doing hemming. It gives you 2 rows of straight stitching on the top of your garment with a zigzag underneath. And with the zigzag underneath, that makes it a stretch stitch. So it's perfect for when you want to hem knit garments, t-shirts. Always t-shirts are too long. Knits are very difficult to hem. But with a twin needle and a simple straight stitch, it's very easy to do. They come in tons of different sizes. The very, very smallest is a 1.6 twin needle, and they are very tiny. Let's see, that's the size I have in there. And that is for a very small heirloom pin tuck. And that's what you see the christening gowns made of, baptismal gowns, tiny, tiny rows of raised little mountains side by side by side to give you a lot of texture in your garment. A 2.0, oh, here's a 1.6 right here. I'm going to pull this out. It's very, very small, but it's very, very tiny, and it's for making those very simple, small pin tucks. A 2.0 is pretty much for the same thing, making very tiny pin tucks in cottons, batistes, linens, real fine fabrics. A 3.0, that's millimeters. That's the distance between the 2 needles. Kind of the same thing. A 4.0 is probably one of the most common sizes. A 4.0 or a 6.0, and we use those for hemming or doing decorative trims is the other nice thing. A 4.0 is great for hemming your projects, applying trims, and then a 6.0 is probably one of the ones I use the most, and you can see the difference. Those things are huge. Now you're going to notice, especially on a 6.0 twin needle, that the left needle is a little higher than the right, and you're going to think, well, that looks kind of funny. Why is it like that? So when you have a double needle and it comes down and grabs the same hook that grabs the bobbin thread, if they were exact same length, the timing would be off and it would skip stitches. It wouldn't grab them. So they're supposed to be off their sizes. But they come from a 1.6 to a 6.0. There may be a 7 out there. I'm not sure now that throw plates are getting a little wider. But they make them for metallic threads. They make them for stretch fabrics. They make them for denims. They make them for universals, for really pretty much any kind of fabric. Just depends on the fabric that you're going to work with. And you're going to say, well, gee whiz, Amy, what do you want to use them for? I'm going to give you a couple ideas on how to use them. And if you're not quite sure how to use them, just stop in and see us. I'd be glad to pop one in a machine and show you how they work. There's feet you can use with a twin needle that give you some different types of textures. Now, believe it or not, this is just a regular sweatshirt, and you can